Doc is back from vacation, baby, and we have a loaded stack. So these are the books out now in your local comic book shop on July 10th, 2024. Here we go. The biggest book of the week, X-Men issue 1. We're post Krakoa, written by Jed MacKay, drawn beautifully by Ryan Stegman. This is an action-packed issue. If you've been following the X-Men from the Krakoan age, been following X-Men since the 90s or beyond, or are new to X-Men, pick up this book. It is must-read stuff. Next up, Kill All Immortals, issue 1 from Dark Horse Comics, written by friend of the show, Zach Kaplan, again with gorgeous, outrageous art by Fico Ossio. We've got Vikings, we've got Immortals, we have people who are bloodthirsty for power, and they will do anything to make sure they keep it. This is on my short list for Book of the Year already. It is that damn good. Next up, Morningstar, issue 4 from Mad Cave Studios. This is written by D.B. Andre and Tim Daniel with art by Marco Finnegan. This book is one of the most beautifully haunting and devastating books I have been reading from the get-go. It's about loneliness, it's about despair, and it is a mind bleep. This is an absolutely fantastic story from two incredible writers, so make sure you go check that out. Next up, we got back-to-back books this week, baby, from my boy Chip Zdarsky. First up, The Whisper Queen, issue 3. This is a Black Sand story, a Black Sand tale, I should say. This is the final issue for this particular chapter, so to speak. And this is a wild series. This was a great ending to this particular little arc. If you're a fan of fantasy, I highly, highly suggest this book. Chip absolutely knocks it out of the park. And speaking of knocking it out of the park, back-to-back Chip books, as I just said, we have The Domain, issue 1. This is real meta, folks. This is a comic within a comic. If you have read Public Domain by Chip, which has been an absolutely excellent series, then you'll know about The Domain, which is the comic that takes place within that comic. So make sure you read it. It's absolutely awesome. It's a fun ride. You're going to love it. And then last up, we have The Hunger and the Dusk, Book 2, Issue 1 from IDW Studios. This is written by G. Willow Wilson with art by Christian Wildgoose. I loved the first book. This is a fantasy story, humans and orcs and trying to work together for the greater good to bring peace to the land. But of course, we humans up as we always do. And this arc is the ramifications of screwing up that alliance. So make sure you pick up that book. Make sure you pick up all these books. Throw them in your stack. Subscribe to them. And subscribe to us. Hit up TLDR, wherever you listen to your comic books podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, wherever you get them, follow us, listen to us, and make sure you follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And until next week, baby, keep reading.